could go all the way if they wanted, but unfortunately, one will stand, one will fall.
So on this amazing map of Cloud Kingdom, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner is the Teal Zerg Hendralisk.
Whoa, you said that like a Zerg. That's good.
You want to say this like a Terran?
In the opposite corner, that's purple, right?
Yep.
The purple Terran. Now I can't tell. I have no idea anymore.
It's actually
my
rainbow.
barometer is off. Our purple Terran, none other than ROOTMaSa.
Doesn't sound very Terran.
Oh, let me say it. Oh, ROOTMaSa.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's really gruff. You sound like you don't
Like
have
a
a house.
Terran, like Titus.
Yeah, like Titus. Yeah.
There you go.
Titus?
I know my StarCraft.
Not Titus. Titus is from Final Fantasy.
Fudge.
What's his
I
name?
put myself in a jiffy.
Tychus.
Tychus.
There you go.
All right. So these two players, this is like Optimus Prime versus Megatron,
Yep.
He-Man versus Skeletor.
Oh yeah. Think of some more.
Oh jeez, you just put me on the spot.
What's Thundercats? Lion-O versus.
I don't know who the enemy is.
Thundercats. Oh.
G.I. Joe versus Cobra. Speed Racer versus something that my production manager said, and unfortunately I don't watch enough Speed
Red
Racer.
versus blue.
Red versus blue. Gundams versus war, because they always seem to fight war, right?
It's always about war.
It's always about, too much war. Let's make war
Politics.
machines and stop
Yeah.
war.
Peace, man.
Oh, Goku versus Frieza, or versus Majin Buu,
That's a good one. That's
or
a good
versus
one.
Vegeta. Goku versus Vegeta. Boom.
That's it. This is Goku versus Vegeta.
Goku versus
so
Vegeta.
we can see that Goku is going for a really
you
crazy
picked
play.
his
over
Goku?
there. I did. I said Masa's Goku because he's
Okay.
doing something crazy. And we can see here barracks going up all across the map. There's one here in the I guess typically 4th or 5th base position of Cloud Kingdom. There's also one in his base, getting flown down to the bottom there. And
This
I
is
think there's
very
also,
reminiscent of the last time he pulled this off. Exactly the
Exactly.
same carbon copy.
So it looks like, yeah, once again, Henry's Overlord, as it's slowly moving its way through, doesn't spot it. Doesn't spot where the barracks is.
That metagame, they know each other's paths, and they know that these overlords will not pass over top of these racks. It's literally right in between. That overlord literally goes right in between those two racks and has no idea. He might get a semblance of what's going on if he does float that overlord into the base, but by then he's already going to have SCV and Marines in the base. We're expecting a bunker up at the front, probably encroaching on that creep spread, and looking to do some heavy aggression right at the front. And there they are.
You can see it being placed. The first SCV going in, leading the drone on a merry chase, saying there's nothing going on here, while his buddy is going to start this production of this bunker. I think just... Oh,
Does the hatch now see it now that it's spawned? If anything, the drone sees it now, and a bunch of drones already pulled, so Hendralisk does sense that there's something up. The drones are in a good position to prevent these SCVs from coming into build. He might be able to defeat this building SCV. It does float to the other side, defending itself with the shielding itself by using that base, but now the Marines are in play, and 2 Marines versus drones is not a happy predicament.
I think Hendralisk is going to be fine. There's Zerglings out here. They're going to be able to surround these Marines, backed into a corner. There's no more they can do. They're shooting so fast, but they are
Marines doing as much damage as they possibly can. A bad rally is going to ensure that 2 more Marines fall to their death, although there's one Marine's still like, yo, I got this, bro. I'm going to kill the entire base, but Hendralisk very cleanly defends that, and now ROOTMaSa is in a little bit of a hole. It's not that he can't climb out of this, but he's definitely sunk himself in a little bit too deep.
Exactly. Now, still producing Marines off the base, and Henry's saying, I did so much damage here. There's definitely not a bunker up at your front. I'm going to send my Lings over, but, you know, with the micro that Masa does have going on for him, I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, Masa's a good player. I think he'll be okay.
I think
he'll
Grandmasters
stabilize.
know how to play this game.
I have a feeling. I've heard things.
Yeah.
So Metabolic Boost is coming down for Hendralisk, and Refineries are going down for Masa. So Masa's going to tech up soon. Meanwhile, Hendralisk is already happy to tech up his major contingent, which is Zerglings.
Zerglings being produced, more overloads coming out from Hendralisk. He does have that 1 gas, but only mine enough just to get the metabolic boost. Now we can see the ROOTMaSa stabilizing a little bit. He's getting that wall up. It's going to be a barracks wall.
They killed that Zergling with extreme malice.
They just
like,
that
that was like, I hate you and everything you stand for.
Nice block there. Good landing. Not letting any Zerglings into the base here. The triple barracks wall, classic Terran play.
You know what
while
that was
he's
like?
expanding.
That was like you trying to hit on a girl and then shut. All right. But back to the game. It's like, I got an open out. Aww. Anyway, so we have a bunch of Zerglings now that have been thwarted by this triple racks defense. The Marines in the back will be able to mow down all these Marines because they can shoot through buildings, because that's the way StarCraft works. And even a bunker going down in the back, which means that these racks might get pulled back behind this bunker at some point, maybe when he starts putting up some labs, but we'll see what happens.
Now the Zerglings have finished their speed. They're able to dodge in and out of this fight here. It looks like Hendralisk has them on patrol or something.
Unbelievable, huh?
Exactly, and that micro ability of his. We see double factory coming down and almost completing for ROOTMaSa over here. Finishing one, the other one just starting up right now. And he's going to be getting a reactor on those.
So we should see some heavy Hellion play. It'll be interesting to see if he then moves into some sort of starport. But the Hellion play should be good to get him to try to put some harassment at that third base, at that natural, and try to bring down the economy of Hendralisk, who's basically been unadulterated ever since that failed bunker attack.
Henry, I think he's sensing something here. I think he knows about the Hellions because you can see right now the Roach Warren has just completed. So a great counter to the Hellions that might be coming out from our Terran player.
Hendralisk definitely playing with a sixth sense this whole tournament. Going Roaches as soon as his opponent's getting Hellions, but how does he know? How does he know, Songers?
It's those Overlord map hacks he's got.
Hellions being produced 2 at a time. The other factory might be content to produce something more tech savvy because of the tech lab. Actually deciding to get the Infernal Pre-Igniters for his Infernal Flamethrowers.
There you go.
What? Just learned something.
That's knowledge right there.
That's knowledge.
That's just...
Main brain ignited. Infernal ignited. Roaches are walking across the map. Not wassing. Wassing makes no sense. And these roaches now are going to be giving Hendralisk a huge buffer because they are being so close to the Terran base, which means now they see these Hellions and he can react with such timing. 12 Lings in production and a Baneling in tow.
So the Baneling, once that's up, it's going to have a great attack on this little choke point here where the Marines, you know, won't be able to spread out as much. They're kind of clumped. Now these roaches taking some pot shots at this SCV here. Going to get one SCV. Lower to the depot just so he can get some shots from the Marines here. But Hendralisk is looking for attack with his army. Now the Terran army is moving out. Might get some free roaches, but oh my gosh, roaches storming up and gonna get a nice surround there with the Lings.
Beautiful play. Hendralisk wisely putting his roaches up to bait the Marines out of the base. And as soon as they came out, the Lings came streaming in to surround the Marines, and the entire army of Masa is gone. And look at the reinforcements by Henry. Henry smells blood in the water. No more drones in production. 24 Zerglings coming streaming through the map. Blue like lightning traveling towards Masa's base, and these Hellions are desperately trying to defend with a last stand with the cannon, and the Marauder attacking, standing tall, trying to attack the Roaches. Roaches have been thinned. Marine coming out, blocking the retreat of these Roaches, and somehow Masa stabilizes and defends that huge push, but here comes the Banelings!
And the Banelings are rolling in, stabilize. No, he will not stabilize. Now Banelings running the best. He was in a corner. It's gonna get hit by that Baneling, but no, Banelings go the other way, up the ramp,
no!
and they go for supply depot instead.
Oh, they had such a beautiful chance to kill like 1,000 SCVs, but they decide to explode on these Hellions. But now still 20 Zealots, or 20 Zerglings in production. These SCVs are retreating back to their main base. ROOTMaSa is bleeding. He's hemorrhaging in his base. He's trying to find a way to stabilize. Just stop the bleeding. Just get out of my base, Zerg. But to no avail.
No, Hendralisk is not stopping here. 26 workers killed already, but he is still going on. Although the Blue Flames are doing pretty good against these Zerglings now streaming in, just bit by bit. Henry needs to regroup. He needs to regroup and just attack again with a huge ball of Zerglings.
He did a massive amount of damage, and now
Banelings instead. Why not Banelings?
He will come in with a bunch of Banelings. He's still putting it all on this push. Masa lost so much of his army, but he doesn't want to go down 1-0 against Hendralisk. Hendralisk, such a strong player, and obviously you can see it in the caliber of play between these two players. He's just barely standing tall, and these Zerglings are going to be flamed by these Infernal Pre-Igniters. The Baneling split is good. A lot of these Banelings are going to get some tasty SCVs, and oh no, what does he have in his base to possibly defense against that number?
There's nothing to stop these Banelings. The Hellions are outside. Look at all these SCVs. Look at that split. Amazing split there going by ROOTMaSa. But boom, there goes some Banelings, and there's some more Banelings hitting every single worker that Masa has.
Baneling's already probably the most inefficient to AoE damage in the entire game, making them even more inefficient by splitting his SCVs very wisely. And now we see that Hendralisk has said, alright, I think I've done enough all in, I'm going to go back into a little bit of macro, and really he's given himself a huge buffer to just keep pulling ahead.
Exactly. I mean, you know, with the mules, he might be able to come back, but that's if Henry really plays sloppy and he doesn't actually put any more pressure or tries to get another base on. And I don't think that's something that's going to be happening in Henry's books of plays.
I feel if you just switch these players, if you switch Hendralisk out with me right now, Masa would win. But, so it's that close. I'm just saying it's that close, right? But Masa still has a window. He's going to see what he can do. He needs to, I mean, one thing to his advantage is that Hendralisk has done this all on 2 base, has refused to get a 3rd base. So Masa's going to come down looking to threaten this 3rd base. Notice that absolutely nothing is there and say, I might have a chance. There's an opportunity here. I can claw myself in. I just need to play smart. I can't trade my army. I need to make sure I get good engagements. Right now, he does lose a Hellion to this massive number of roaches, and still more being produced.
Oh man, if we look at the base right now, we can see Roach Burrow and Glial Reconstruction almost complete from the Roach Warren over there, meaning those roaches will be regenerating their health even faster while burrowed underground. And it looks like the Hellions are going to be moving in. They're going to be stopped by this Roach army over here, going to be making quite a nice little wall. And look, they're not even going to get through about doing any damage. Nice roast over there though, but most of those Hellions going to go down. Nice few shots there going on the drones, killing about 3, 4, 5 more workers, but at the front of ROOTMaSa's base, the Roach Fist is coming through.
The Roach numbers are just too high. The Hellions were committed such that they actually lost their lives without really paying for themselves. The Roaches, on the other hand, have done extreme amounts of damage and haven't lost a single one, and that forces Masa to yell, GG.